there's tons and tons of awesome indie artists out there, and their music really is not expensive. And, we just need everyone to help support us. And yep,
Yeah,
$5 gets you a lot of cool music.
And let's be honest. I mean, you're not making a lot of money off of it right now, but it gets it out there. And
Yes.
you can't continue to do it for free forever. I'm sure you would if you could.
Well, yeah, but, everybody wants to make some money.
Exactly. Martin said, nice song, nice voice. He asked a question earlier, and I missed it. What is the message that you want to bring out with all your music?
I actually answered him. I was multitasking.
Oh, so you're a lot more talented than I am.
Oh, no. One of the things when I started out, I just wanted to kind of write down what I had in my head. Mm-hmm. And then it became more of I really wanted to have music out there that was going to inspire, regardless of how old anybody was. And that's one of the things that I actually really try and push is I do feel for the most part that anyone can listen to my music. Mm-hmm. It's not specifically geared towards any age group. And I have found that all ages love it. And mm-hmm. that's what's really important to me. I didn't want to be, pigeonholed in one specific, genre or age group. And that's what I try and write and convey.
All right. I like the fact that I can't compare your voice to anybody else's. And I try to do that whenever I have artists on the show. I don't ever tell them if I think they sound like somebody, but if I think they don't, then I tell them because I think that's a compliment. JP is in the chat, and I want to say hi to JP. He's one of the biggest fans we've got. He's like a little promoter for me. He's a good guy. So now I want to play another song. The next song, this is going to kind of give away what my favorite one is due to process of elimination. What's Wasn't Meant to Be about?
So Wasn't Meant to Be. So this is from personal experience. Is about finding your boyfriend, significant other, whoever it may be. You found out that they've cheated on you.
Oh.
And, obviously you're angry and you can't believe that this has happened. They had made all these promises to you. And, you've come to the realization that, I guess it wasn't meant to be, even though you had thought that it was. So that's what that song's about.
Yeah, that's good. Sometimes we have to learn those hard lessons.
Yep, sometimes you do.
All right, so It Wasn't Meant to Be. Nicki, Kris on the Kris Top program.
Shattered pictures, broken glass, what have you done? An open window for all to see. Now you're on the run. Whoa.
You know, I love the fact that in one song you can just have this just crystal clear voice, and then on this one you can almost Janis Joplin out. You know?
Yeah, no, and that's, to be honest, that's one of the things that I actually feel differentiates me from a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And you had mentioned it earlier. I don't sound like anybody.
No, you don't. You don't. Did you take a shot of whiskey before you sang that one?
No.
No?
No, I mean, it's one of those things. If I've got the right, if I've done like the right warm up and stuff, I actually can switch it on and switch it off.
Oh, that's amazing. That could be. Well, I guess it's easy if you've got the gift. I guess.
I guess.
I couldn't do it. Now I've got. Let's see. Somebody in the chat. I want to go to the chat here real quick if I can find it. I got so many tabs open. Martin. He asked another question. He says, "What is the goal that you've set for yourself to reach?" And that's a good question because I mean, a lot of people define success in different ways. So I mean, what is your definition of success? Is it hearing your song on a jukebox, or is it hearing it on the radio, or is it playing Times Square New Year's Eve?
Oh, well, all of those would be lovely.
Right.
My current short-term goal is and it's on my bucket list. I really want to win a Grammy.
Mm. Can you get me tickets to the Grammys if you go?
Excuse me?
Can you get me a ticket?
Can I get you a ticket?
Yeah, can you get me in?
Hey, I might be able to do that.
Yeah, if you can work that out when you get your Grammy, try to get me in there. But go ahead.
Okay. You might have to stand in line though.
Well, give me some backstage passes at least. Like if when you do these big
go.
concerts and stuff, give me some backstage passes.
There you go.
Okay, I won't be too rowdy.
Okay.
Okay.
That actually is a short-term goal.
Mm-hmm.
It could end up being a long-term goal, but you never know.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'm actually, while I thoroughly enjoy performing, and like I said, I mean, I really feel that I have a unique, voice. I'm probably going to end up more focused in the songwriting arena. So I'd really like to work with, there's several individuals that I have on my, write a song with bucket list that I'd really like to pursue eventually if I can.
Who's one of those individuals?
Harry Connick Jr.
Oh, see, I was kind of feeling that, or maybe Michael Bublé or somebody like that.
Yeah, Harry. I love Harry Connick Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Groban.
Mm-hmm.
I have some funky ones on there. Linkin Park.
Yeah, there's nothing. That's not funky.
No, I'm a big alternative fan.
Sure. Well, it's good that you have a wide range of likes. I mean, that's one of the reasons I'm so interested in indie music is just because you never know what you're going to hear. Just because nobody's taken them and said, okay, this is what you can do and this is what you can't do. They, indie artists tend to do what's from their heart and what their passion is.
Right.
And I dig that. I really, really do. Now, I can't. I wish I had a longer period of time to talk to you, but I just don't. We've got just a few minutes left, and I want to get your other song in.
Okay.
But I do want to ask you this question. If you had 5 minutes to sit down and have a cup of coffee with anybody in the world, this could be anybody throughout history, anybody living, anybody dead, who would this one person be for 5 minutes?
Jared Leto.
Why Jared Leto?
I just think his voice, for one, he's the lead singer of 30 Seconds to Mars, is absolutely incredible. And he is extremely intelligent.
Sure.
You can tell just by how he conducts himself in some of the interviews that I've seen, and very talented. And I would just love to pick his brain for 5 minutes.
Now, would you sit there and just bombard him with questions, or would you just let him talk?
Well, after I wipe the drool from my chin, I'd probably have, I'm very organized, so I'd probably go in with a list of questions and, you know, kind of pinpoint certain areas that I'd like to get his input in.
Sure. If you're like me, you'd go with a list and then you wouldn't use any of them.
Probably.
That's what I do. That's how I set up for my interviews. I just like go, whatever.
Yep.
Now, the last song I'm going to play, this happens to be my favorite one. The only thing I don't like about it is it's not as long as the other ones. It needs to be longer. But it's called Dream Big. Now, what's Dream Big about?
So Dream Big was actually inspired. I have two sons, and it was actually inspired by them. You know, they were outside playing one day, and this kind of popped into my head. And we originally wanted it to be something quirky, funky, but I actually am very happy with the way that it turned out. And, you know, the latter part of the song, when the kazoo comes in, that's actually a trademark that I use in my shows. I hand out kazoos to the kids.
Oh, that's cool. I'll trade you a kazoo for a wristband.
Yep, let them play along.
That's cool. What's your favorite out of the three that we played?
Fall Apart.
Fall Apart. Okay, so
only because I can belt in that song.
Okay, well that makes sense. Now this is Dream Big, Nicki, Kris on the Kris Top program.
Two little boys running wild outside, not a care in the world. Playing with their friends, let the fun begin. Fantasies unfurled, a bucket, some string, and someone to sing.